Good evening, everybody. Our heroes stand now in Bartholomew's shop. As you all are walking in, you hear a familiar jingle. If you need a magic item, you know where to stop. Just head on down. It's your only choice to Bartholomew's shop. Doom, doom, doom. Greetings, adventurers. I trust everything went well. Is there anything that you'd like to purchase?
No, thank you. We're saving up for a special something to be made by you.
Yes. Very good. You're all clutching the 200 Bartholomew bucks that you've earned. Still kind of tighten your grasp. Bartholomew says, very good. As you said, does anyone else have anything they'd like to purchase at this time?
No, not particularly. Not at this moment.
Very good, very good.
I'm gonna send my wages to the usual person, so.
All right then. And you, Penneh?
Yeah.
Very good. I trust your adventure went well.
Quite a bit sore. I left another one of my parts behind on the at the location, but it's no big deal.
Yes. I understand. Well, I'm glad to see that you've all come back safely. And Bartholomew snaps his fingers, and you find yourselves all of a sudden standing around in a town. The mood is very cheery. People there are upbeat. You can hear there are various kind of cheers and hurrahs as you're now kind of walking around. The citizenry around you, people are kind of patting you on the backs, and all of them kind of are heralding your victory. Hooray! You see one citizen walks up. Hey, great job! We can't thank you enough for what you've done.
I didn't think I was ever gonna get out of that tower.
You're all holding big kind of mugs of ale. One kind of comes up to you and says, could I interest you in a drink? And they take the mugs of ale from one of your hands and kind of bring it back over to the bartender.
Yes, please. We could use some refreshment.
You see another one kind of lean down, and the citizen just kind of seems to like vomit into a glass, and it just becomes filled with a nice frosty kind of mug of ale.
Oh, excellent! I pour it on my feet.
You see as a one kind of citizen walks up to you and says, "Man, I thought we were going to be goners back there."
Yeah, jeez. That dragon was mighty scary. I'm glad we're not there anymore.
It's okay. That's what you have us for, right?
Yeah.
Indeed. I can't believe that you guys were able to get us out there so quickly.
Yeah, my wrist is still sore from those shackles.
And Penneh is just like curiously eating what looks like to be some sort of flesh.
They're all sort of just kind of partying and hanging around. In the distance, you can see looming up and above and kind of over the town, you can see a grand kind of grandiose tower. It seems to be made of like a black stone. There's like smoke and stuff that seems to be still kind of curling its way up into the sky out of it. But the various citizens around here are just celebrating and toasting your victory. You see is coming towards you now. There's a rather rotund individual, a big kind of top hat on his head. And he kind of walks up to you. Heroes, brave and true, it is my honor to bestow upon you for successfully slaying the terrible dragon that plagued this town the highest honor of Oldetown, the Medal of Heroism. And you didn't notice you were wearing these medals, but he kind of walks up and plucks one off of each of you.
Thank you. It's an honor to receive such recognition. Oh, we can't wait to tell our lover about that.
I can't believe it. We're officially recognized as heroes.
You guys
Wasn't that always the case?
Well, and as they're all just kind of sitting around, like, talking, one of the people who was talking to you earlier, they're now sitting at a table, but they get up and they kind of walk over to you. And they're kind of a bumbling-looking commoner, kind of ragged clothing. They got some burn marks on them, very, very sore-looking wrists. And they say, "Oh, it's the town. I never thought we'd get back here. That's incredible." Oh man, never thought I'd be happy to be back in this place.
You're
And
telling
then,
me? You see
yeah.
another one kind of by his side that has similar marks, burned face, ashes. I mean,
Well, and at this
I'm good
point,
eating.
yeah, right. The two people turn around and they start walking toward the tower.
Interesting.
Here we go.
What do you guys do?
I'll also say this. You can tell there's something a little off.
Usually, I don't question things whenever we go on these adventures because they're always pretty crazy. Sometimes I just got no idea what's going on, but I think today's even more crazy.
What, the bumbling one turned on. Hey, wait up! He keeps walking away from you toward the tower.
Penneh
I
is
can see
still
the
eating
town
all
now.
the
We're almost
food.
there.
What? Why do I feel confused?
Sorry, you were saying something, Penneh?
Penneh is still just eating the meat, even though it looks like it has more on it than before.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold up. Okay, so can Hiori and air quotes vomit a fish?
You want to try to?
What is the
Do
check
you
on
want to
this?
try to?
Try to vomit a fish? I mean, I'd like to eat it, but
Do you want to try? You want to eat a fish or try and vomit a fish?
yes.
These are two. Which one? You have to pick one.
I want to eat a fish.
Okay, take out a fish and you eat a fish.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I thought.
The two dudes are just like, they're becoming small specks in the distance, walking toward the burning tower.
Stick with
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's go. And then we adventure on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
All good? All right.
Yeah, didn't mean to do that.
No, it's fine. So yeah, you guys begin to follow after these two figures, and the sound of the town kind of fades into the distance, and you can hear them talking as you're approaching the smoldering tower. Oh, I didn't think we were going to get out of that one.
Yeah, it was
Man.
close. It was close.
It was real close. I almost died.
It's just the smoke inhalation over the last days has been brutal. Just starting to clear up now.
Yeah.
Can't thank you enough, by the way.
Yeah, it was mighty brave of y'all to come up there. Who sent you?
Our pleasure. The person who sent us was Bartholomew.
I don't know. Do you know Bartholomew?
It sounds like some type of noble or something.
Yeah.
I think he's a wizard.
And at this point, you've gotten up to the base of this smoldering tower. It spans maybe 40 feet tall. It's very broad, though. It's maybe 30 feet wide. It's a very squat tower. You can see that there is smoke, black smoke, just pouring out of the top of this structure. And yeah, there's a big door, big oaken door, that is directly in front of you. The door appears to be kind of slightly broken on the hinges a little bit, and there's some rubble that you can see on the inside of it. And somewhere maybe 35 feet up, there's a big arched window, and you can see the two commoners are looking at it.
Yeah, they're both kind of leaning over now and catching their breath. I thought I was gonna go down for a second there.
Yeah, I don't know. How do we get down from there? Looking up toward the window.
Well, it was all thanks to them, wasn't it?
us and this. Oh, please tell me it was a parachute. Please tell me it was a parachute.
Oh, that would have been nice if we had one of those, wouldn't it have been?
Hey, it would have made things a lot easier.
Who just jumped out the window, come down safe.
I mean, don't I work as a wait, no, that doesn't work, because I don't break very much when I just...
Oh, I think we all break pretty fast falling from that height.
Is a parachute a windbreaker, or is a windbreaker a parachute?
I don't know anything about that.
But yeah,
But we should probably be getting back to town.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And as
I guess
a lot of you stand there, you see like they're like looking up the tower as if trying to think of a way to get up into the window. But they're like talking about going back to the town. Do you guys want to do anything?
This is like deja vu all over again.
Doesn't deja vu only work in one way?
I don't know.
I mean, I've been to this place before.
Actually, now that you say that, oh God, what's going on?
So as you guys are just kind of standing there, they're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we had to climb down that whole thing. That'd be terrible.
Oof.
Oh,
My legs are
if
sore,
you
especially.
need help. No. Let's help you if you really wish to go up there.
Oh, we
I
just
can
got
give you a
down. I
boost.
wouldn't want to go back up.
And thanks for carrying us, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of them, the kind of bumbly one, walks over Zewxip and like climbs up into your arms.
The other one kind of goes and positions themselves so you can pick them up like a fireman's carry, Hiori.
Do I have both my arms, or am I missing a piece?
Well, one of your arms is shrinking.
Okay.
All right, and I pick up the other one like a fireman carry.
All right, you can put me down. Thank you.
No problem.
You're still holding them, I assume?
And walking
yes.
to the tower.
Okay, you guys are trying to climb up the tower?
Yes, so we're ascending the tower now.
Okay, so are you trying to climb up the broken rocks around the outside of it, or are you trying to like what's your move?
Penneh's actually just going up a random hempen rope that seems to be out there that's missing from our pack.
Oh, there's a rope. That's convenient. I don't remember the rope.
Also, she carried a huge chunk of meat down or up.
Yeah, at this point you've got what looks like maybe like a dragon's leg in your hand.
Here's
Weird,
like this.
very scaly, rare, very red. And the bumbly goes, "Oh, it was a great idea to grab the rope. It would have been terrible if we had to climb down." Okay.
I'm gonna grow large and climb the rocky exterior, holding my.
Is there like any way for me to enter or ascend the tower, given that I have this man on my back?
Yeah, you go over to the inside of the tower, and it's you're carrying Pete, I guess. And as you go and look through the only doorway into the tower, you can see the inside is like mostly collapsed, and so there's really no way in there.
All right, this is an interesting conundrum.
So Zewxip, you're trying to climb the outside. Can you roll me a strength athletics check?
Certainly. That's an advantage as I'm imbigulated.
Yes, because of course, imbigulated. So yeah, as you're climbing up this tower, yeah, you scamper up, no problem. It feels like almost as though gravity's not fighting you as much as usual. Plus, you're very large, so your big veiny plant hands kind of reach in, no problem, and you're able to clamber your way up. How are the rest of you getting up?
Penneh's going up the hempen rope that happens to be up there.
I believe Daakar is also hanging onto my legs, if not on my shoulder. So,
Yeah.
if gravity isn't fighting us, is it possible to jump really high?
Yeah, you want to try and just leap up?
Yes, I want to attempt to leap up to a little
like-
bit more up the tower.
I'd like you to roll an acrobatics check.
Maybe I don't want to do this.
You already asked for it.
Yeah, you're right. All right, here goes nothing.
All right, yeah, you leap up And as you like jump, you feel an incredible force on your legs, and it hurts. And you make it up to the top of the tower in one bound. Was Daakar on your shoulder?
Well, Pete was.
Oh, right. So Daakar couldn't be.
I did specify that Daakar could have been hanging on to my leg.
That's a tough one. In that case, Daakar, were you doing that, or are you coming your own way?
I was trying to hang on to Hiori, yeah.
Okay, Hiori, can you roll again with disadvantage?
Oh, no.
Okay.
What if I help?
No.
Bye. Okay.
So it's a 12. All right. In that case, you leap up to the top in a singular bound, and you smash your shoulder. And actually, you feel your legs crunch as you leap. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, Hiori. As you leap up this 35-foot tower, you clamber into the room, and beyond the window, you can see a grisly sight. There is a mostly wooden but stone reinforced floor. Along the stone walls, there are like big iron shackles that are somewhat blood stained. You can see that there is a small heap of what looks like silver, copper, and there are a couple gold pieces in there, a small hoard, and there is the mutilated body of a dragon. And Penneh, you've got just a full dragon's leg at this point. It is a bright red dragon. It's pretty large. And he's very toast. Looks like someone cut his head off. So yeah, you're all up there now.
Well, you also see as the two kind of citizens, they're kind of busy. They're busy right now, kind of tugging at their wrists, and they're clearly in a lot of pain. And they both begin to walk over to the wall.
Man, I didn't think we'd ever get out of that one.
Thanks so much. If you wouldn't mind undoing these, and they both shackle themselves up to the wall.
It's amazing we didn't get hit in a single one of those fire blasts.
You have to be here to rescue us, right?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't we?
Is anyone else really dizzy right now?
We've been in here for days.
I'm so thirsty.
Can I reverse cure wounds myself?
You can just cure wounds yourself.
Yeah, you want to cure wounds yourself? What are you talking about, Hiori?
I mean,
what do you want to inflict wounds is a spell?
If this is opposite day, one, I don't have inflict wounds, but if this is opposite day, I want to cure wounds myself. Yes, to actually heal, but have it it would look like that I'm I'm inflicting pain.
Sidebar, Pete. What are they talking about?
I don't know.
Oh shit! I thought we were in VIP. Pete, you want to take this one?
Yeah, certainly. Definitely a little weird. Anyway, you guys are in the chamber. You guys are in the chamber with a dragon. You see the peasant on the wall. It was really crazy when you cut that dragon's head off. That was an impressive swing. You see the dragon's head is just kind of lazily stuck on the ground there.
We couldn't do it without teamwork.
Yes, you're obviously very powerful warriors. So,
please don't hurt us. We don't know anything.
If you could come over and unchain us, we'd appreciate it so much.
So,
yeah. What do you all do?
What do you guys want to do?
You got a big dragon leg in your hand.
Yeah.
I will cast a firebolt at the chains to see if I can't to blow them apart to free them. And as I do so, I'm going to spend a sorcery point to have resistance to fire.
All right.
I imagine it's about that time that I'm taking him down, and I have resistance to fire. That there's some fire blasts that are going to be impacting me shortly.
Well, you fire your firebolt over to the change, and as you hit them, you can see where they were like kind of burning hot around the place where they were locked into them. They kind of the heat of your firebolt seems to fuse them, locking them very firmly onto the wall.
Oh.
Does my other effect go off? So I have my.
Yeah, you have fire resistance now. Yeah.
Can I attack this dragon neck? Because I wanna attack the dragon neck.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll. The dragon is just lying there on the ground, prone, so you have advantage.
I was also going to say that Penneh is probably about to attempt to what appears to be cut off a leg.
All right, yeah, you also want to go ahead and make an attack roll. Yeah, go ahead and strike with advantage, both of you.
Yeah, and the creature's incapacitated, so actually the creature's unconscious, so these are technically automatic critical hits.
Yep. If you hit, you would crit, and if you would hit, you would crit, and if you would miss, you would hit. So that's a 13 on the glacial tier. So that would miss, but that hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
I'm so confused.
Well, because the creature's dead, it's his body.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I would have to say that this Penneh would probably have cast these beforehand. Bonus action.
Okay.
Hold on, since that,
Followed by.
Well, just a second. Let's do one at a time. Penneh, you cast Zephyr Strike, and then what?
Trying to find the other. Oh yeah, the other thing that synergizes with that.
Oh, you use Dread Ambusher. Okay.
And now I'm gonna combine all that together for my sword.
Okay. You poke it. Critical hit.
Okay.
Yep. Go ahead and roll damage on that. That's a crit.
All right. So let me see. The damage is one. Let me find it. 1d6 plus 2, and I'm gonna add a thing from the Zephyr Strike and Dread Ambusher.
Uh-huh. And while you're doing that math, Hiori, what was your question?
my question was, since I crit, do I have to roll another 2d6 and 1d4?
You didn't crit.
You
though,
didn't
because
crit,
You would
only
have missed
hit.
otherwise because of the armor.
There's a 13 and a 12.
Yeah.
Would miss its armor
Yeah,
class.
but you said, okay, but you said if you miss, you, okay, so I didn't hit.
So if you miss, you hit, and if you hit, you crit, and you missed,
Yep.
so you hit.
Okay.
So you just do the normal, still 20 damage? Holy shit.
Yeah, that's outrageous. Jesus.
Okay, when you crit, it's, just adds more dice, but not the actual, like...
Yes, not the
bonus?
modifier.
All right, so I think I got this right. So it'll be 2d6 plus 2 plus 2d8 plus 2d8.
Yep. So you're burning everything there. Nice.
Oof, nice.
You guys are chunking this dead dragon.
26 points of damage. I'd like you all to roll for initiative.
And yeah, as you take a swing at this dragon's neck, and Penneh, as you attempt to cut off its leg, the head of this dragon reattaches, as does its leg, and it begins to rear up.
Impossible! You weaklings, you tiny, puny humans, could not defeat me. And it seems to be getting very kind of frustrated as it's an incredible kind of bout of smoke is kind of pouring out of the nose and filling into the chamber. You can see the two kind of people shackled over on the wall. They're just kind of there cowering and quaking in fear. And he's gonna roll for initiative.
Well, and beyond that, as the dragon does rear up, you feel the tower shake underneath you, and you hear a loud, like, breaking, collapsing sound. And you can see where there are little holes in the floor. Stone just refills and repairs itself. And there is, in fact, a nice little stairway leading down now from the inside. The first act in this instance is going to be you, Penneh. What do you want to do, Penneh?
Penneh is releasing some spores.
All right, what does this do?
Put them to sleep.
Pete, I think, shouldn't it be Hiori?
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're correct.
Yeah, sorry, Penneh.
No, Hiori, you're the first to act in this instance.
Okay, so There's now a dragon in front of me.
Yes.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna straight attack it.
The dragon looks pretty rough.
Yeah, the dragon's in terrible shape.
All right, that's fine. I'm going to slash at it twice. Kind of angrily.
All right.
Is the music cutting off?
Yeah, the music cut out for me. That's weird. It's been acting a little funky.
All right. Well, at least I know it's not just me.
Let me refresh here.
What color is the dragon, by the way? I'm sorry if I missed it.
It is a red dragon.
Okay.
All right, very good. In that case, unfortunately, a 16 is going to miss. Actually, you go and kind of swing your glacial tear down, and it is unable to connect with the dragon's hard scales. Is there anything else you wish to do on your turn?
I do have 2 attacks.
Oh, well, that was your 2 attacks, wasn't it? The 16 and the 9?
Yes.
All right, yeah. Unfortunately, both of those attacks do miss. 16 is not quite enough.
I'm all sorts of confused now.
Anything else on your turn in that case?
Nah.
All right. In that case, we're going to bring us next to Zewxip. What do you want to do?
How large is the dragon compared to the room that we're in?
It seems to be taking up quite a bit of the room.
Probably about 70% of the room. It's very large.
Very big.
Okay, I'm going to attempt to enlarge it to make it squeeze and be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is going to...
Constitution saving throw. I see.
All right. It's going to make a Constitution save, which he will do right now.
For a minute, I was wondering, is there even a save on that?
What is the DC?
15.
Unfortunately, that does not work. The dragon you watch as its body kind of swells up to an even greater size and begins to kind of crash and push at the walls, and the dragon itself also now seems kind of confused as it's kind of like bumbling around in its own space as it's ramming into things and kind of hitting them. You can see more things on the building are kind of repairing themselves and being fixed.
One of the peasants, the bumbling one, it's right next to me, it's right next to me!
What have you done to me? Anything else on your turn, Zewxip?
Nope.
All right, that's gonna bring us to
Daakar.
Daakar, what do you want to do, Daakar?
I will go for a strong move to wear this thing down. Yes, I'm gonna. Yes.
All right, what type of damage you want to do? That's gonna hit.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was rolling. Oops.
No, what it'll do is it'll roll, and then it will ask for the spell level when you click the damage.
I will go with cold damage.
All right, go ahead and roll damage on that. For a sizable 28 points of cold damage, and you watch as kind of a part of its body that is frosted as you kind of strike it. The freeze marks kind of heal over. The dragon's looking a lot better, but that's a meaty hit. Anything else on your turn, Daakar?
Is the dragon bloodied?
The dragon is still bloodied.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, nothing else.
All right.
Would you want to move it all? Because the dragon is huge right now.
Actually, that's a good point. I do want to get away from it.
Okay. There are 2 real ways to really get away from it. You can either try and go out the window or down the stairway that just reformed.
Yeah, it takes up most of the space now.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit down the stairway.
Okay.
Just down the first couple steps. That way I can still see it.
Now, the dragon would probably have an attack opportunity. Oh, I guess if you only have the first couple steps, you're fine.
Yeah, also, he's kind of squeezing, so it's a little bit hard for him to even move in this space anyway. And that's going to bring us to the dragon's turn. We'll see if he recharges.
Yeah. No recharge.
All right, yeah, no recharge, unfortunately, but he is going to lash out with his biting claws. The first, he's going to try and bite at you, Hiori. He has I believe he has disadvantage because he's squeezing, right?
Yeah.
That's how that works. Yep. Well, that's
Oh man.
the same thing you did.
I'm down.
At 21 points of damage, it's the first damage.
Oh, it's the first damage? Okay, no, I'm still under.
All right. In that case, he's going to swing over at. He's going to swing at you, Zewxip, once with claw attack and see if he can get you at disadvantage. We'll just get the disadvantage right off that. Well, that's not that's not going to get you, Zewxip. The other claw attack is also going to come at you, Zewxip. That's an 18 to hit.
Hits.
For 10 points of slashing damage. The claw moves kind of ineffectually in the space, cutting across, but unable to find a purchase with the first one, but the second one slashes you up.
Can I make a note that says that the dragon was enlarged and therefore its damage is
You are correct about that. It does actually do
get a
increased
little
damage.
buff damage. Yep.
So we 1d4 extra damage.
It's 1d4. That's also, I believe, applies to you, Hiori. So that's an extra 2 to you, Hiori, and an extra 4 to you, Zewxip.
All right.
And that's all from the dragon's turn.
Still up.
All right.
Excellent. Penneh, it's your move.
yeah, Penneh will yeah, she wasn't really doing that, but yeah, Penneh will just be attempting to do some 2 attacks at once. First attack and second attack.
Well, the first one will miss.
But the 23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that. The dragon's still looking pretty good at this point. Not even bloodied as you kind of stab it for another 5. Yeah, the dragon's in good shape. Anything else on your turn, Penneh?
Since I can still move quite a bit, Penneh is actually going to be siding up the dragon's back.
Okay, you're gonna try and take cover on the dragon.
Yeah, pretty much around its wing.
All right.
Okay.
You're trying to take advantage of how kind of cramped it is within the space. Very
Yeah.
good. That's going to bring us around to the bottom of the initiative. That is going to be Hiori. What do you want to do?
Yes. Vow of enmity.
That's a good idea. You swear your vow of enmity.
And seeing as how I'm a really hurt looking actually, so just gonna note that. I'm again going to attack this dragon, though this time moving around to its side.
And you have advantage on your attacks because he's enlarged.
Also vow of enmity.
Oh, right.
Well, double advantage, but
Just in case he becomes unenlarged again. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to attempt stabbing it in the chest rather than the neck. Well, not stabbing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm going to attack this thing in the chest twice.
All right. Swing away with advantage. 27 will hit. 17 will actually just miss. But 27 hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Would you like to use your Divine Smite?
I am smiting, yes.
Excellent.
That is for... Oof!
Ooh.
Is that the cold
extra
damage?
4 shouldn't apply.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to the...
that's the cold damage from the emerald, yes.
Okay, so 22,
31.
27... Oh, wait.
It's 11 plus 11 plus... Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, 27. 27 points of damage. You smite into it. The dragon kind of lets out a bellow. And you watch as a huge wound kind of along its side closes up completely as your blade swings through it. Yeah, the dragon's looking really good at this point. That's going to bring us to the next lowest initiative, which was... I believe that's Zewxip. Zewxip, what would you like to do?
Oh, Zewxip. You blast at it.
Your bolt of fire kind of flies forward towards the dragon. It's so much damage, but unfortunately, you watch as the fire seems to kind of wash harmlessly over the dragon's kind of exterior. It seems immune to fire. Anything else on your turn, Zewxip?
1 second, checking something.
Oh,
Oh, do you have an item?
I was checking if my elemental affinity bypassed immunity or resistances. It's just giving me resistance, but it doesn't look like I can overcome it.
Oh yeah, not immunities,
okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, in that case, yeah, you see us the
Sorry, I'm showing intent with that though.
Indeed.
Mhm.
And the dragon kind of snarls over at you. Your pitiful flames cannot burn me, flower.
I believe that we move to Daakar then.
As we move on to Daakar, yeah, what do you want to do?
I have a quick question about Shadowblade.
Sure.
Does that count as a packed weapon for me if I'm wielding it? Because it's a spell conjured weapon, so I can't really make a pact. I can't.
Yeah,
tie
I
it to
don't
my
think it
pact
can be your
normally.
packed weapon.
Okay.
Still a pretty good option sometimes. But...
I need to fix the damage it does. Wait, how far away is the dragon from me currently?
I mean, he's basically in melee.
Yeah, pretty much adjacent because he's so.
The commoners, of course, are still screaming like, "Ah!" in terror.
Oh yeah,
by the
yeah.
way.
But basically adjacent because he's so big in the chamber. Now he's taking up more or less the whole chamber.
All right, then let's go for Shadowblade, conjured up, and I will booming blade strike the dragon. Hopefully,
All right.
I forgot to roll at advantage.
Yep, you do have advantage. Unfortunately not. You go to swing down your shadow blade, and it kind of harmlessly kind of catches off of the armor there. Anything else on your turn?
That's more or less all I can do.
All right.
All right.
The
So
race for the
you're
dragon.
in the stairwell. Penneh, you're up on its back. Hiori and Zewxip are still on the ground with it. So I think that means you guys are in range of its fire, right?
Yeah.
The two on the ground.
But at the moment, it hasn't quite recharged yet, unfortunately. But it is still going to swing away at. First, it's gonna take another swing at you. Why don't you, Zewxip? These attacks are at disadvantage because you're kind of climbing over its back and it's just still squeezing into the chamber. So, or I meant to say Penneh, but it's also attacking you, Zewxip. So Zewxip, it critically fails. Penneh, that's a 15 to hit you, Penneh. Does that get you?
That does not hit me.
All right. And it's gonna try and bite down on you, Zewxip. That's a 19.
That does hit.
You have resistance to fire damage, so only take 2 of the fire damage, but so in total you take 15. How are you looking, Zewxip?
Still up.
Can you roll me that concentration check on the enlarge?
Yeah.
Also, you're a little bit quiet. I can't hear you super well.
Oh,
Much better.
I'll see if my I might have been talking away from the mic. All right, so I reduced my hit points and a con.
You still have the enlarge. The dragon is stuck in the space because of the huge size that you've turned them into.
Great
working
use
against
of
them.
that spell, by the way.
Yes. Also, I forgot about the enlarged damage again, though. So Penneh, that's 4 extra damage to you, Penneh. If that.
I missed.
Oh wait, it didn't hit. Yes, of course. But to you, Maddie, that's 1 extra damage. Zewxip, you take 1 more.
Noted.
And Penneh, it's your turn.
Penneh will activate Zephyr Strike again,
Okay.
which is a bonus action.
Okay.
And what she's gonna do is like go right up the dragon's neck and attempt to take one of her swords and stab into one of its eyes.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage.
Oh,
That's going to be nice on that Zephyr Strike.
yeah. So since that is a critical hit,
4.
Trying to see. Let's see it. Yeah.
And then the
Oh yeah. The
the Zephyr Strike. Yep.
There we go.
And another 8 on top of that, so 16 points of damage total. Yeah, the dragon's looking like it's almost completely unscathed at this point. It kind of lets out a roar and kind of goes, "You are fools to come here." As we move to the bottom of the initiative.
Help us,
Please. As you move to the bottom of the initiative, which is you, Hiori. Hiori, what do you want to do?
I was going to say that now the dragon has a sword in its eye.
Oh, you pulled the sword out of its eye.
Yeah, I pretty much like did a quick stab in and out.
Yeah.
Like Paladin do, I will still continue slashing into this thing's underside.
Sure.
Still on Oath of Enmity.
All
Or
right.
Vow of Enmity, rather.
Yep. There we
27
go.
is
2
gonna
hits.
hit. And 20. Yeah, to a both. Jeez. Roll damage on both of those.
Those are the times. Those.
I'm also smiting on both of these.
Oh, jeez. All right. Roll it all. Roll all that big damage. That is 16, 29, 39,
Jeez.
48 points of damage. Yeah, and the dragon at this point, as you slam down with another one, it kind of lets out another kind of big cough as you hit it, and he looks down at you and just kind of, "How dare you challenge me?" And looks completely unscathed, untouched.
And one of the guys in the wall goes, "Adventurers are here! We're saved!"
Thank God, we've been here for days. Silence.
All right, next new initiative. Zewxip, what would you like to do?
I am
see, like,
going to
fire
be
welling up in the dragon's mouth, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to unleash.
I'm fine with that, as I'm confident we're going. Apparently, we're on a rescue mission here. I am going to take a defensive stance with my action, and as my bonus, Lance Silverblood is going to appear next to me.
You're gonna try and teleport Lance Silverblood with you.
As long, yeah, I would appreciate it. And Lance is going to apparently show up in a nice bright flash, and maybe even do some lay on hands or some heroics, because after all, our president said adventurers are here, and of course Lance Silverblood will probably happily appear to help out.
Well, as you attempt to summon Lance Silverblood, you take the doll and you shake it.
Let's see.
And in a flash, a figure appears next to you. Oh wait, is Lance even here?
I don't know.
I don't think Lance is here.
Did you
Lance
message
is not
him before?
Lance, are you here?
He's deafened at the moment.
Lance, you got words?
Is this a dragon?
Lance, you've been flung into a strange situation. You can see a mighty dragon getting ready to breathe fire upon a group of hapless adventurers.
Can you roll for initiative?
Yeah.
You got it,
Oh, well, I gotta give you Lance, don't I?
if you would be so kind.
I will get that in just one moment. But before that, let's have Daakar go. Daakar, what would you like to do? Lance Silverblood's here now.
The dragon looks completely untouched.
Yeah,
You said?
untouched.
Completely.
Then I'm going to cast blink on myself.
Ooh.
Okay.
Are you going to move first? You gonna? 'Cause I know you're on the stairs right now.
I'm gonna move a few steps further down the stairs.
All right. Yeah, you begin kind of working your way down the stairs. There's a spiral staircase going down. It's untouched, and the dragon's kind of saying things like, "Now, who enters my tower?" And you phase out of existence. And that's going to bring us next in initiative from
To the dragon.
to the
actually.
dragon, and you see the dragon now kind of rears back and is going to exhale an incredible bout of flame. I believe at this point the only one that is not within range of this is going to be Daakar, who's already kind of moving their way down the stairs. So I need everyone, including Lance, but Penneh, Zewxip, Hiori, and Lance. I need all of you to
There
make
is
me.
no point to me rolling a save.
Yeah, you might. This one might get you dexterity saving throws.
It might
Can we get a
be from-
bonus from anyone?
Do you have the paladin aura yet? Are you high enough level? I don't think the
Hiori is the question.
Hiori would have that yet.
I do not. I will say. Wait,
What level are you?
I'm level 5, which
Okay.
means
Not
that's no.
Not yet.
By the way, it really doesn't matter me rolling the save. I have 1 health point.
Yeah.
Oh, does that kill you outright? What's your maximum hit points?
44.
Yeah, you need to roll that save. You might die.
Yeah, you do need to roll the save. And we'll roll the actual damage.
Yeah, we actually need to roll the damage too. We're not going to just use the default.
52.
Oh boy. So Hiori dies.
So Hiori, you go down. Lance, you don't have advantage for any reason, do you?
My shield.
Oh yes, of course. The
Dragon's Breath is
oh
actually
wait, no, that's not
magical
officially
effect.
that's not a magical effect. Indeed.
Yeah.
Oh, more you learn.
The more you learn.
That's 52 points of damage. I assume that brings you down as well, Zewxip, the half. Well, it's halved for you because of the resistance, but
I am unconscious.
all right. Penneh, are you still up? That's
I am
26.
still up.
26 to you. All right, Penneh, you're still good. Lance, you're still standing there resolute, and that's all for your turn. Lance, did you roll initiative? 15. All right, in that case, Hiori, I need you. I'm sorry, it's Penneh's turn. Penneh, what would you like to do?
Well, actually, we skipped Lance.
Check that.
Oh, you're right. We did skip
Yeah,
Lance. Lance,
so
what would you like to
Lance will
do?
go now.
Well, I've just been summoned to some strange place and immediately been hit by flame, and I see these junior adventurers around about me, and
One
poor
of them just
adventurer
died.
seems to have been slain, and the others seem terribly injured, so I will run over to the one that has been slain, and once there, I will cast Mass Cure Wounds to heal everyone for 22 hit points. I will just be there by the one who has fallen to prepare.
All right. You are all fully revitalized.
Well, heavily
Yeah.
revitalized.
Oh yes, heavily revitalized. But that's a sizable chunk of healing that you all gain. And now it is you, Penneh. You can see Daakar is kind of retreating out. The dragon is in great shape. What do you want to do?
So the dragon's completely unscathed.
Yeah.
All right, my question is of the adventures we have, who looks the most hurt?
Hiori's dead.
Well, Hiori's dead. Other than that, I mean, it
You were
would definitely be Zewxip or yourself. Probably Zewxip.
Yeah, well, let's see. Zewxip, how much you have?
I have 22 hit points now.
Out of
You wouldn't.
Is this something I could quantify? Like, is this?
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't go that deep into it, Penneh. Just make a choice. What you want to do, Penneh?
Penneh is going to cast Long Strider on Zewxip.
All right, Zewxip, you find yourself magically enhanced. Your speed increases by 10 feet.
Do you want to move it all, Penneh, or are you going to stay up in the dome?
Penneh is going down the stairs.
All right.
The dragon will take an opportunity attack.
Yeah, indeed. As you duck down, the dragon,
'Cause the dragon's not huge anymore.
no longer large, will try and bite at you. For
Miss.
Oh, wow. What?
18 misses you?
Yeah, I have 20.
Hot damn.
Wow. Woof. In that case, the dragon goes to bite at you, and it harmlessly grazes off your armor. And that attack misses. And that's the dragon's reaction there. As we move down to Hiori, I need you to make me a death saving throw. You creep closer to death.
Well, actually, I think Hiori died outright, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mistake.
Or he's gonna need someone to help him
Hiori's
out.
dead. In that case, that brings us to Zewxip. What do you want to do?
All right, we're gonna do this again. And I'm gonna be spending 3 sorcery points to force a disadvantage on the.
All right, let's go make a Constitution saving throw. That is an 8. It does indeed fail. Once again, it becomes massive, kind of swelling up, and it kind of, as it presses into the walls, you can hear, "Oh no, what's happening to it?" Coming from the civilians on the walls. The great kind of dragon here, kind of calls out, "Adventurers," seeming to have detected you. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Penneh? I just said Penneh. What do you want to do, Zewxip? You've done that. Do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll move around to the side. See if I
Alright,
can get out of its way.
Yeah, you can get down the stairs if you would like. It's huge in the space once again, so everything's blocked off. But
It's already used its opportunity.
It's already used its opportunity attack. So you get down the stairs. Everyone's out except for Hiori and Lance, and now it should be your turn, Lance. What do you want to do?
So Zewxip and Penneh and Daakar are all safe and gone, right?
Yep, everyone's safe.
They've all gone down the stairs.
Save for Hiori.
Okay, let's get this show on the road then with good old-fashioned Revivify to bring Hiori back to life.
Ah, beautiful.
Hiori, you gasp to life.
What?
Don't worry, we'll get out of this. I don't believe this adventure will be quite as successful as you may have hoped. I'll look up to the dragon. You've repelled us this time, but adventurers will be back. And I can't exactly leave a one-hit point comrade alone like this, so as that sweet, sweet furry action that it is, I will pull out my rodent's roller to safeguard us as I make my way towards and down the stairs.
All right, and you see all of you that are currently on the stairs, you can see now the rodent's roller begins to kind of go down it, and then like a wrecking ball just kind of zipping around the spiral staircase. You guys all see Hiori and Lance inside of this invulnerable glass sphere rolling down the stairs towards you.
Okay.
All right.
Penneh's probably going to be sticking to a wall as close as she can.
All right. Go ahead, and any of you that are on the stairs, go ahead and make me dexterity saving throws.
Does that include?
You are good. Yeah.
Okay.
You're part of the dex. You are the dexterity saving throw. Yeah, all of you succeed. You all push yourself against the wall. The roller zips past, spinning downwards within the spiral staircase and pouring out of the tower into the floor below. All of you now safe. The rest of you are able to retreat down the tower and make your way outside. Above, you can hear the heavy breathing of the dragon up in the tower. Yeah, and you are out of the tower. What would you all like to do?
Go back to the road that leads to the front door of the base of the tower.
You go going to take the road back towards town, you mean?
Yep.
Yep, all right. You all gonna just slowly kind of make your way back towards the town. The path you can see as you're on your way, there are signs on the walls, kind of trees that have been taken down. You can see the burnt remains on the path of what looks to be just kind of livestock, perhaps from Oldetown, that was taken and just terribly charred. It looks like there's a red dragon that kind of lives in these parts.
Penneh will go up to one of those livestock corpses and see if there's anything edible on it.
It's burnt to a crisp. It's carbon at this point.
Yeah, she goes, Penneh. He's tossing it somewhere.
All right.
Hiori is going to, like, out of full curiosity, kind of poke Lance on the shoulder, like, "Hey, what's going on here? Why are we in a glass sphere?"
You take down. That lasts for a minute, so I think at this point, as you're saying that, the sphere kind of reforms into a much smaller one that Lance holds.
Okay.
It's
Hi.
you still seem quite injured. I'll go ahead and heal us again.
Thanks.
Can't exactly have a fresher round of adventurers heading off on a dragon slaying quest already. So, what happened to you? Normally, before you encounter a boss of adventurers aren't so bloody.
We kind of ran into something in the woods on the way here. You know.
And as you're kind of continuing along the path, off to the left, Zewxip, you can see a terrible swath of nature that has been kind of burnt up, presumably by some of this dragon's fiery breath. It kind of saddens you. Your arm, which has been growing smaller this whole time, has completely disappeared at this point. And you can see one of your arms planted on the ground here.
Oh, I'll smile contentedly. And while I certainly appreciate the devastation dragon's fire can cause, because of course, my lover is a breather of fire. I will give some very words of caution and advice about fire-breathing dragons and my own experiences with them.
All right, you caution the party against the dangers of dragons, and yeah, you work your way back to town. As you get closer, you can see the citizenry there kind of like waving and kind of sending you off. You see that kind of mayor in the big hat, the big kind of purple top hat kind of wave to you as you're coming up. We appreciate this so much. Thank you. The fate of our town is in your hands. And they're, looking nervously at your departure.
And then just like waves back.
Yep.
All right.
Waves, you can count on us.
And
Yep, Hiori's also gonna wave, although kind of injured, but not too badly.
all right. And as you get closer, you see a few of the citizens kind of begin speaking to you. Some of them are handing you, good luck charms and things, and the mayor speaks to you once more. Thank you for doing this. We appreciate it, as I was saying. What we need you to do, you see, a couple of citizens in our town were captured by a terrible dragon. It resides within the tower. You should be able to see it from here. It's incredibly tall. They've been preying on our town for a long time, and we've finally had enough. Do you think you can help us?
Certainly. It wouldn't be Daakar first rodeo.
Do dragon taste good?
They look at you kind of confused. We couldn't possibly know. We're certainly not powerful enough to eat of a dragon. They've been eating of us.
Depends.
We'd love to help.
Yeah, it depends on the dragon, and it depends on a point of view. But yeah, we'd love to do this.
And they kind of you see all of their heads kind of simultaneously turn over to what looks like one of Bartholomew's teleportation circles that's over on the ground a little bit outside of the village.
We're gonna walk to it, I would believe.
Is anyone else feeling really dizzy?
Kind of, a little bit. It's not...
And as you ask that question, you step up onto the pad, you hear a snapping sound effect, and you stand once more in Bartholomew's shop. And he says, I trust you'll be able to handle this without too much trouble. As you see, there is a town, it's called Oldetown, and they've been beset by a dragon. Very rudimentary adventure stuff. It's a classic, really. Every adventurer should have the opportunity to slay a dragon in a tower at some point. I know that you two are particularly skilled, Hiori, Daakar, and this endeavor. You have a lot of experience as well with dragons, Zewxip.
That is correct. Thank you for remembering, Bartholomew.
Yes, well, of course. That's why we have selected you for this endeavor. I trust that you will not have any issues. And
Penneh just
Go ahead.
Penneh is like finishing up a piece of a zombie's leg.
Oh, nice. And Bartholomew looks over at Lance, and kind of his eyes look at you, Lance, and he just goes, "What are you doing here?"
I don't know. Didn't you ask me to help look after these adventurers?
No, I didn't. I was just.
Oh, we had some questions about adventuring that we wish to ask Lance before setting out. I hope you don't mind.
Oh no, of course not. There's no better resource. Just this one's a bit above. Lance can't afford you on this one, frankly. They didn't pay enough. Well, regardless, I'm glad that you've all come. I have an important quest for you. But before we get to that, would you all like to take a moment to introduce your characters?
Sure.
Yes.
Very well. First up, we have, last but not least, we have joining us tonight, Zewxip. Zewxip, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, well, it's a pleasure to be back here again on another adventure. We are a Floran of amorous background. Experiences with fire and magic and travel. We plant parts of ourselves all around that we visit, for you see there are other Zewxips out there, and in fact, during this adventure, you may very well see me, do just that.
Well, I look forward to it, and Zewxip, as always, it's a joy to have you. Welcome. Next, we have Hiori Glasia. Hello, Hiori.
Hey. How are things going?
I'm well. How are you? How've things been?
They've been okay. We just had a run-in with one of the trees over at Tuk Tuk.
Oh.
They fell on me.
Oh, are you okay?
I'm a little bruised up, but for the most part, I'm okay.
Well, I hope that doesn't impact you too much. I know you have quite a journey ahead of you.
Yeah, so I've heard, by rumor at least.
Yes, well, I hope that everything goes well for you. Don't overexert yourself. It's easy for you as adventurers to kind of get caught up in the pace of the lifestyle, but sometimes it's okay to take a break every now and again, Hiori.
Somehow, I feel at some point during this adventure, it's going to happen. I might break a leg or something, I don't know.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have Penneh Bunwolph. Penneh, how are you?
Penneh is good.
Did I say your last name, by the way, Penneh? Did I say it right?
Yes.
Sometimes what you eating, Penneh? It sounds like you got yourself a pretty tasty snack there.
Dead meat from zombie.
Oh, zombies. Are there a lot of zombies that kind of, I guess you're in the Underdark. They tend to shy away from the light. Did you get a lot of zombies down there?
Beardack.
Oh, the Beardack. Yes.
Sheriff Master gave me extras.
Oh, well, I'm glad he's always very generous with his meals. How is it?
Good.
Are you ready for your adventure today? How you feeling? Prepped?
Mm-hmm.
Very good, Penneh. Welcome back. It's always good to have you adventuring with us. And first up, we have Daakar Greycloak. Daakar, welcome.
Hey, I think I finally figured it out.
Figured what out?
Okay, so a little while back, I went on this adventure with a nice lady named Sotaria, and she had this really weird box. And it kind of gave us a second chance to actually succeed and save the day. And I think I understand how it works now.
That's an interesting notion. How do you think it works?
I think what we did was the box blows up the entire universe and recreates it, but just a little bit younger.
There are a lot of philosophical implications to that, and that's terrifying to think about.
It is. If I ever have to think about time travel again, I think I'm going to go crazy. Hopefully there's none of that today.
What are you going on about, Daakar?
Well, welcome, Daakar. As always, a joy to have you with us. And with that, I'm very excited to hop into tonight's first adventure, The Dragon in Tower the. And I'm sorry, Tower the Inn Dragon, my mistake. And I'll look forward to seeing you. Welcome back, everybody.